Friend, if you want to know how I built this track up, what tools I used to create it, this video is perfectly for you. I want to explain a little bit what's going on the background, my thought process, why I added things and how I added it. Yeah, hope this is helpful. If you want to know the ingredients of this track, let's jump right in. My name is Silvano from ruffinstudio.com. I share regular content on the production of Rominimal, micro house, minimal sound, you know. And yeah, let's jump right in. Cheers. See you on the other side. Alright, so let's quickly play the track again. And so on, right? So let's go step by step through those channels here and see what's inside and how I build it up. And I want to explain the what's, whys and hows. So yeah, first I started off with this one. So this is basically percussion kit, as you can see here, and I'm triggering it with a drum brain, which is a really nice Max for Life device, which is for free. It's great for patterns, drum patterns, classic 909, 808 stuff, you know. You have a shuffle here, and the cool thing about that is you have a clip export section, so you click that and then you can get instantly the clips out of that, right? That's really cool. So I highly recommend that for quick generation of patterns. So yeah, that's, I started off with that, right? And this percussion here gives a lot of drive, in my opinion. Let's have a listen quickly in context. I'm muted and unmuted. Listen to that. Sound here can generate a lot of drive, right? Then the next channel is a simple kick here. I'm using a preset that I created and saved with Flechtwerk. It's also a Max for Life device for free. And it's based on mutable instruments plates, I think, modular module, right? And this one as well, MD Snake, it's based on the Eurorack module, Make Noise René. I use those two together a lot, right? You can make really nice kicks, and I'm pitching up here some kicks or some notes. right, like this one here. But other than that, it's pretty simple. I have a little bit of swing here together with that one, right? Then I made a duplication of that kick, created this one here, like a modular thing, you know. And you see some modulation going on here, but you can see there is no real LFO triggering that. But as you can see here, we have gate nodes, we have different tabs here, kind of, right? And we have a custom tab. And here we have 3 sub tabs, kind of, and we can assign those tabs here to some functions, right? And I used those 3 here to modulate the harmonic of the flagged work, then the frequency, and also the timbre, right? Resulting in that sound here. It's even the same pattern. I think the snake shape, the playback, is a little bit different. Maybe not even that, right? No, it's simple duplication. But I also added this one tool preset here, which you basically can download for free, right? I created a little pack for you for new subscribers, or if you're following along here, you can download that for free. I link that on the right top here. You can download that for free, and let's have a listen quickly. So I use that by myself, right? Just to say, without it. And I also used it later on, you know, but I'll show you that in a minute. Let's keep going here. Then I inserted an EQ mid-side mode here. So this is the side. I like to cut the sides a little bit because I believe it makes more impact if I cut the low end on the sides, you know. And if I go to the mid, I also cut a little bit to give a little bit more space for the kick. It can be better, I think, but just to give you some thoughts, you know, sometimes the kick plays a little bit lower and the bass a little bit higher, right? So we make sure that we either EQ one over the other, kind of. So something must be lower, which is usually the bass line, right? Yeah, so that's those 3 tracks here. Then the next one is a simple loop, and you can see here again this one tool preset that I'm using here. I use it I was just using it because it was there, you know, and I thought, okay, let's try it, right? Without it, try. So you get those robotic kind of stuff going on, right? And I used again, I don't know why this is in MS mode, but I like to cut the lows a little bit to make space again for the kick and low end and whatnot, because I think on this clap there is no low end needed, so why leaving it there? Because we need that space for the kick and stuff, right? I think I also added a groove template here from Swoy. The cool thing about Ableton is you can export the grooves from loops, from other tracks, whatever you want, right? And then importing them, applying them to your very own tracks, and that's what I did here. And the next thing is also an interesting thing what I did here. This is a simple loop that I stumbled over on the library here, I think from Ableton itself. It's a disco beat, 80s beat, I think, right? And I did some fun stuff here again. This is the one tool preset that I used here. Without it, to just make it a little bit dirty, right? But here is the fun stuff. You can see here this moves a little bit. This EQ cut here, I automated that with the LFO. Now it jumps back. Every 8 bar it jumps either a little bit down or up, and here is why. It's there to simply give a little bit of a variation, right? If we play that in context, it's kind of adding hi-hats every 8 bar or removing them, so it helps already to create a little bit of tension and release that we use later in the arrangement, right? Right, it's very simple, but it helps, right? Then the next thing is simple hi-hats, 2 hi-hat channels. One, I like to call one like off hats and the other one kind of straight hats that drive the track. So let's go with the off hats first. MD Snake, triggering, Hatster, which is a freeware tool, again, Max for Live device from the same guy like this tool here. Adding quite a bit of swing here, and auto pan set to random, so the hi-hats jump randomly around in 16 notes between the stereo field a little bit to give a little bit of movement, right? And there is a sweet spot to choose from the mount, in my opinion, and width, because on some level it falls apart, kind of, right? The groove falls apart. So sometimes I close my eyes and just dial in until it feels kind of right? So yeah, that's that. And then again, no, this is not a duplication. So this one is straight hats with some off hats here. Cool thing here is if you use the depth function here, you get some variation going on with the decay or filter even. And I'm trying to make a little bit of a question and answer kind of thing here with those hats, right? And let's go back again to all of those channels here, right? Maybe I would add another kind of straight hat channel here and there throughout the arrangement, but for now it's okay, I think. Then the next thing is the bass line, and I used actually the same that I did, I think, in the previous video. Actually, this project file is from previous video. I simply made a new version out of it. Also, the wavetable is the same, so if you want to see in more detail how I created the wavetable preset or synth part, you can see that, because I built this track up, but it took me around an hour, and I recorded the whole process. But then I want to make more like an explanation of this track. But if you want to see the whole 1 hour video, I can also upload this somewhere. Yeah, let me know. So this again is this bassline 303, simple bassline. No automation here, but I added a little bit swing here. So far so good. Then we have Opal here, which is a Max for Life device. This is paid actually, plus Tantra. Multi-effect plugin here. Listen to this triggering. I'm not sure if this triggers, if the MD snake actually triggers the Opal, or if it's triggered by inside the Opal. I just honestly use the generate the random button here, and sometimes it spits out really fun stuff. But for this sound here, you can input, this is, sorry, let me explain this quickly. Here we have different channels, right? And one of that tool, this one, is kind of a grain, not a delay, but a grain sampler. I don't know how to call it, but it doesn't really matter, you know. The result matters. You can input a sample here, and then make some nice audio like this, together with Tantra, of course, right? Grain delay, auto pan, Tantra. And what I've inputted here is a snippet from the wavetable here, right? Then I recorded it. No, it's not this one, but I think this one. Yes. But I also inputted a vocal snippet. Can't really find it right now, but I inputted another vocal snippet again. I have to record the whole process. If you want to see that in process without explanation, I did that. But for now, you see those kind of sounds here. Those three things are all coming from Opal. so far so good, right? And then here is the wavetable. Let's make a very quick rundown here. This wavetable is straightforward, right? So you get really cool sounds if you just use 3, 4 main functionalities, like oscillator and LFO here and the rate. So every 8 bars goes up and down, right? Good morning. Yeah. You want to see the robot? Ah, yeah. Okay. So just my son got up and he wants to see some robots, but let me pause the video quickly. So on the wavetable, you can choose harmonics, basics, whatever you want, and then frequency. I'm modulating the frequency with LFO here. Basically, if you click on some kind of button, then you can modulate it here. It shows up in the matrix, and then if you just use some kind of unison here, voices and the amount, you get some white stuff going on, right? So if you just use this, right, you get some really nice stuff going on. And then the next channel, this is basically muted, or I can use it for a kind of a C-section, what I call it. I thought it's maybe not perfectly fit into the track, but maybe now and then throughout the arrangement. Alright, so this is the whole track breakdown. Yeah, let's finish it up, okay? Let's finish it up together. So, to sum it up, as you can see, I use simple tools to build this up. Only 2 of those plugins are paid ones, like Tantra and Opal. Yeah, hope you had fun. Now I go and build some train tracks with my son, right? You do train tracks? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Finish work. Hope to see you next week. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Bye bye. Cheers.